Alright, today we are going to do a tune-up and valve cover gasket on a 2010 Chevy Equinox. The customer complaining about the car running poorly, running really rough, and the check engine light's on. As you can see, the check engine light is flashing. That means that there's a catalytic converter damaging misfire occurring right now. Basically a dead miss where it's dumping fuel straight into the catalytic converter or into the exhaust system. Alright, so it's a 2010 Chevy Equinox with a 4-cylinder, and as you can see, the engine is running pretty badly. There's a misfire in cylinder number 1. I already pulled the code and I already diagnosed it. It's an ignition coil that's faulty. So we're just going to go ahead and change the plugs. We're going to change 2 coils, all the spark plugs, valve cover gasket, and we're going to do an induction service because this is a direct injection engine. And it's good to clean out the valves every once in a while. Keep it running smoothly. Alright, let's get started. We have enough battery life to make it through the entire video. Okay, on the side here, it's kind of hard to see from where you are. There's a 8mm that you need to loosen up the intake unit. That attaches the intake manifold to the air filter. So there's an 8mm on the side under here, facing this way.
I said, trust me, it's on YouTube.
Official. Oh, you did?
Yeah. Look at this shit you got the... Hello, I hear.
Alright, so on the side here, there's an 8mm. Just need an extension and an 8mm socket, and you can take this out. It's a boot. Basically that attaches to the intake manifold, to the air filter. So you just take that out. I've already done that. Lift it up, and I'll show you once I get it loose. Loosen that one up as well. As you can see, there's that 8mm. And then there's one on that side over there. And this breather hose. Take that out as well. That just pulls out. Push it to the side. Cap off. Take that off. And there we go. I disconnected this earlier because it's a dead misfire and there's no point of having it sparking all the time if it's not really doing anything. .10mm. Take these 4 coils off. This is what actually broke. The boot was stuck inside of there, and there was a hole inside, and it was arcing to the side of the, I guess, to the spark plug tunnel, and it wasn't hitting the spark plug, so that's why it was misfiring. And as you can see the numbers here, those are my compression readings, because I did do a compression test, because the car did come in with very little oil in it. And this customer is known to abuse their car, so just wanted to make sure that the engine didn't finally take a crap on it. Okay, go ahead and take your spark plug socket. I have this gear end swivel spark plug socket. Works pretty well. It's magnetized, so you don't have to worry about the rubber boot and the older spark plug sockets that usually come out and get stuck on the spark plug themselves. just wastes a lot of time. The magnet, it works out every time. So it goes out. See if you got enough reach to do it this way. Make the extension. As you can see how this one was actually not arcing right. You can see the build up there from the spark plug arcs jumping across instead of being a direct contact. That's the I don't know what they call that, but that's not how it's supposed to be. It's actually supposed to be like this, clean. That's, you know, you have a spark plug that's actually firing, and you can see it's somewhat decent compared to this one anyway. You can see that's not firing at all. It's completely covered in carbon. Typically, you don't want to use power tools when you use spark plugs, but I already had these spark plugs out earlier, so I know they'll come on nice and easy. Plus, I have a lot of experience doing this, so take that off, you just bend the tab back, slide it out, gotta get the fuel line out of our way, and to get this evap thing out of the way. Let's see if I can show you. My light. You can see that, yeah, there, right in there. We're gonna stick our screwdriver on the side. I don't know if you can see it. Where is it? There it is. And pry that piece back. See that? Pry this piece back right there. And that'll get our purge solenoid out of the way. So you can slide that back and get it out of the way. There we go. Now we got a little more room to get that valve cover loose. We won't have to fight and play with it while we're trying to go back on. Alright, we got these variable valve solenoid plugs here. One of them still has the lock on them, so we just want to lift this white piece up. Oops, popped all the way out. I'll put that back later. It just slides right in. But you lift that up, pry it up, and you squeeze that and unplug it. Like that. I don't know if you saw that. Leave it there. Unplug it, pull it out of the way. Get this up out of the way. Slide that up, pop it out to the side, and we should be ready to come off with the valve cover. I'm going to use this tool here to speed things up a little bit. I went to get a lock hinge extension and put a swivel on it instead of just a regular socket. Give me a little better access. Hopefully that light will stay there. All right, there's a bunch of 10 millimeters going all around this valve cover, so that's what you want to take out. So far, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's probably more. We'll find out some more. 11 right here in this corner. Maybe that's it. I think these bolts here for the coils are actually what holds the sensor section of this valve cover in. So those are already out. We should be able to free this up. There's another bolt in the corner right here. Don't forget this one. Okay, it looks like there's some little rubber grommets of some sort that go around each bolt. So make sure you put those back. Make sure you don't forget these little rubber pieces here. And it looks like all of the bolts are the same size, so you don't have to worry about mixing them up, putting them in the wrong spots. There we go. Just stick your screwdriver in here on the side. I don't know if you can see that. Right there, and twist it, and that'll break the seal most of the time. You may have to twist hard. If that doesn't work, you could always take a hammer, rubber hammer or something, and then smack it a few times right there. Break the seal. Right. Got the valve cover off. So what you'll want to do is clean up this groove so that you can fit your new valve cover gasket in there without it falling out. You want that to be kind of grease free. And don't lose this bolt right here because you can't really get to it from with it on the car. You can get to it easily with it out. You can stick a magnet or something in the hole if you want to, but just don't lose that bolt. Okay, so as you can tell, I did not get a chance to finish the video for the Chevy Equinox valve cover gaskets, but basically the installation procedure is just the reverse of the removal. If you got that far along and you got everything apart, you can easily put it back together. Just make sure that you properly seat the new gasket inside the valve cover, and that when you turn the valve cover upside down, the new gasket does not want to come out and shift around, because if it does while you're putting it on, you could possibly crimp the valve cover gasket in the wrong position and oil will come shooting out the side of the valve cover, and you don't want that. So just pay attention to what you're doing when you're putting it back together, reverse the procedure, and you should be just fine. That's it. Thanks for watching. Okay, one thing I didn't mention when I took the spark plugs out is just to make sure that there's no debris in the hole, so you might want to take a look down in the hole before you actually pull the spark plugs out. And make sure there's nothing in there next to the spark plug, because when you take the spark plug out, it's going to fall down into the cylinder, and you don't want anything to fall into the cylinder. A couple of pieces of small dirt is okay, but nothing big. You don't want anything hard falling in there and destroying your engine. So if you can, just, if you have something in there, just blow it out with shop compressed air. Alright, so once you got the valve cover off, you want to clean up your sealing surfaces. Make sure you don't get any of that stuff in the engine compartment. So just wipe it off with a rag. Make sure you don't get it in the valve train. So I meant to say that. Make sure that it's as clean as you can possibly get it, within reason. You want to have something for the gas to seal up against. To get that evap purge valve out of the way. Well, not the purge valve itself, but the hole connected to it. You want to get it out of the way. You can leave it and fight it if you want, but it's easy to take it out. His gun is really loud. Alright, that's clean. I want to move on to cleaning the valve cover itself. Okay, I may have skipped a step. This part I took off before I took the valve cover off. Actually, I took this off right after I took this off. So to remove this, what you want to do is press this right here, and then you pull it out. That's going to be in that position. It's going to be sort of like that, probably. So you push that in, and then you pull it out, and that's right there. Like that. Pull it, and pop it off. Did I turn my light on? There we go. Alright. So I've already cleaned the, oh man, my battery is low.